Hello, my name is Kimberly Duran, and I'm going over our histology assignment for week 2 here at Los Angeles Pacific University, Bio 230. Today is January 27th, 2020. I have a presentation here. I created a study guide, and we're going to go over the epithelial, connective, muscle, and nervous tissues for this assignment. So I want to go ahead and start with the simple squamous epithelium, which is located in the outer lining of the lungs. Here it is a flattened scale-like tissue, and it aids in diffusion. You can see the nuclei in between each box here. Our next is a simple cubital epithelium, and this is located in the nephron. The nephron is a microscopic tubule that aids in the kidneys. And the function here is for secretion, absorption, and filtration. And you can see that these are small box-like cells, and they each contain nuclei that are stacked on top of each other. Our next slide contains a simple columnar epithelium, and this is located in the small intestine. And the function is for absorption and secretion, and the characteristics are microvilli and goblet cells. Now the microvilli line the top portion of the tissue here, and that helps aid in absorption for mucus and enzymes and other substance. And then you have the goblet cells, which aids in secretion. We're going to move next to the pseudostratified columnar ciliated epithelium, and the location of this is trachea. The function is for secretion, and we have cilia and goblet cells. Now cilia is, they move rhythmically to remove dirt or debris from the area. And then here we also have the goblet cells that's in between the epithelium. Now, the columnars here are very elongated, as you can see. We're going to move next to the reticular connective tissue, which is proper loose. Now, I do apologize. As I scanned this, it came a little crooked, so my apologies. The location of this is in the spleen, and the function is for immunity. This consists of fibroblasts and reticular fibers and leukocytes. The next slide is the dense irregular connective tissue, which is proper dense, and the location is reticular layer of the dermis. This is the stretchy part of the dermis, and is for strength and resiliency. And the characteristics are fibroblasts and collagen fibers. Our next cell is the hyaline cartilage connective tissue, and this is supporting cartilage. This articulates in the joints, in the movable joints, and this is for support and flexibility. The characteristics are chondrocytes and lacunae. Lacunae is the substance in between the chondrocytes. Next, we have fibrocartilage connective tissue supporting, and it is in the invertebral disc classification tissue supporting cartilage. And this is located in the vertebrae and is considered to be the strongest cartilage in the body. I was a little fascinated with the elastic cartilage located in the arcuae, which is the outer ear, the outer part here. And it is function as support, and characteristics are chondrocytes and lacunae, and that allows for the support or the movement of the ear here. Now, I know we didn't go too much into compact bone, but it is part here of the supporting bone. So I'm not going to go too much into the osteo. Our next slide is blood and classification. Connective tissue is fluid, and here its location is blood. This function is for immunity, which is the white blood cells, and blood clotting for the platelets and carrying nutrients. So the characteristics are leukocytes, platelets, and red blood cells. Now RBCs are 40 to 45% no nuclei, and WBCs with nuclei, platelets, and fragments of the blood cells and clotting. So if we look at the slide here, we can see the platelets, which have nuclei, and as well as the RBCs that carry the nutrients as well as the hemoglobin. Our next slide is the myocardium muscle tissue, and location is the heart walls. The function is contractions is involuntary. The characteristics is short and striated and branched. And this contains two nucleus. It contains intercalated disc at cell junction. So if this is what makes the muscle tissue, the myocardium muscle tissue unique, is the intercalated disc. Moving to the skeletal muscle, this is location is attached to bone. Its function is contraction and it is involuntary movement. Characteristics are long, striated, as there's the rows, and unbranched. Next, kind of moved forward too much. Our next is the smooth muscle tissue, and the location is the small intestine. Its function contractions and is involuntary, and it is short and non-striated. So it is smooth. It doesn't have any type of like the epithelium has a distinct description. This is just a smooth muscle tissue. Our last slide is the nervous tissue, and this is located in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves, and the function is for communication. The characteristics are the nucleus, soma body, axons, dendrites, glial cells, and the glial cells, which protects the dendrites, and the axons process the information. So this would be a good example for our cell, or excuse me, our neuron. And this would be our dendrites. That would be here. This is the axon body, and this is the bottom part would be the telodendria. And these are the communication. They're the finger-like that touch each other for communication. So this will conclude my assignment for this week, and I will be on for week 3. Thank you.